Hey everybody, William John Ray back with another episode of Design and Invest. This is a design deep dive of a property you see behind me. This is the Tremaine Duplex in Mid-City. This is near Olympic and basically La Brea. It's a beautiful little pocket over here, Mid-Wilshire, Mid-City. And this property will sell for probably just south of $2 million, so like $1.9 million. And it is, like I said, a duplex. Both units are 3 bedrooms, 2 baths each. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'll go through all the design elements. I've been working on this property with this developer client for quite some time, the better part of a year. And we're finally dialed in. It's staged, landscaping, everything is good to go. First open house is this weekend. And I'm pretty proud of this. I love doing these rehab renovations that aren't just sort of ground up new construction. This one here is built in the teens. I believe it was like early 1910 to 1920s, like in that range. And I wanted to keep in line with a lot of those originality, the original details of the home. We'll go over those right now, but let's start on the outside. And let me show you. Over here we have the landscape designed by Katarina. It's a new lady I've been using for a while, and someone who I'm going to use a lot more. She's a real artist. You give her, you know, a little creative freedom, and she runs with it, and it came out beautiful. You'll see some befores of how ugly this house was, as well as the landscaping, which there was none. Now it's the nicest house on the block, and definitely the nicest landscaped home on the block as well. So check this out. We have gray DG, decomposed granite, and succulents that will require very little, if any, water over time. Initially, when they're planted, they need a little water, some bubblers, but I mean, once they're dialed in and the seasons are going, you only need to turn them on like once every 2 weeks or so for a short amount of time. Any more than that, you're just overwatering them. But it's perfect for Southern California landscaping, and came out beautiful. The house itself, I wanted to really enunciate the features of it. You know, you have this beautiful stonework around the front door. I wanted to announce that with some nice striking colors, the contrast between darks and lights, as well as these awesome shutters that are stone shutters on the upper floor to the left and right of the windows. Some original windows here too, the wood windows with the Solomonic column, the Corinthian column you see right there in between. So these original details are just beautiful, and I wanted to, I didn't want to rip those out and just make it every other standard box on the house. And so, yeah, it turned out great. Let's go inside. Okay, so we're gonna start with the downstairs unit, the one that I staged, and then we'll go upstairs and check it out. It's the same floor plan, but the downstairs one is staged, so let's check that out. All right, we're in the downstairs unit, and I want to just point out some details and things that we did here to keep in line with the original charm. First and foremost, I kept the original oak floors. They're beautiful. They're the nice, really old, thin, mitered cut. And it'd be a shame to see these thrown away. Most developers, they just go right on top of them with some ugly laminate or some engineered flooring. But these ones, it was actually, I had to bring in my special magician of a floor refinisher, Rolando, on this job. He's the man. He's like a doctor, and he did a great job. There was a lot of stains, like urine stains and pet stains over the years that seeps into the wood. So even if you refinish them, you have like these areas that are just, I mean, this house is 100 years old, you know, over. So you're gonna have that with this original wood. So we feathered in new wood to match it, as well as refinishing, but we had to go with a darker stain than I wanted to go with originally to cover up and even out any stains and any sort of imperfections that have been caused over the years. But this darker stain is really in line with the facade, the dark and light. It's beautiful, and the original fireplace, I did not want to take that out. Even though it's not functioning, it is beautiful and ornate, so we just painted it white, and it really pops. The barreled ceilings, the ceilings, when they don't come to a close like this, I don't even know if barrel ceilings is the right terminology for it. That's just what I call it. It's hard to pick a color when you're doing these, and a lot of barrel ceilings like this, they'll have a sort of a trim that runs around it so you could paint to that line, and then the white ceiling starts after that, because there's no start or stop. It just goes like this. So what I did is I just dropped a really fine line around the whole thing and used that to paint down and up instead of doing the wood trim. But they wanted to take those out and just square off the ceilings, but I'm like, no, it's a really beautiful detail, usually found in living rooms, formal dining rooms, areas that are more of the ornate areas in the home when you greet guests, you know, because it's more of a tricked out detail. But they came out beautiful. I had my awesome smart home guy equip these units, because this building is gonna sell for like probably $2 million. So we have to really bring it on the sophistication of the smart home system. We have the Brilliant system. We have, you know, Sonos speakers throughout. If you look, we have each room wired with speakers. This here is wired for surround sound for entertainment system over the fireplace. Everything is pre-wired in this house with Cat 6 and the whole shebang. We have cameras throughout the property. It's really tricked out. The buyer of this home will definitely appreciate that and almost require that at this price point. This will most likely be selling to a buyer who is gonna live in one of the units, either this one or the upper unit, and rent the other one for top dollar. Rent in this area will probably be $5,500 to $6,500, in that range per unit. They're 3 bedrooms, 2 baths each, but again, area, and the level of detail that we chose. Going back to the design elements, I wanted to pick something that is kind of a homage to that period. So I chose these nice shaker cabinets, more of a later craftsman type era, but they're beautiful. They have a nice birch finish on the inside. If you look, you know, hardwood construction, very beautiful custom cabinetry, painted with a nice soft gray. I chose a butcher block island to put here because it's just fitting, and I don't know, it just felt right, you know, and it has a nice contrast with the white. And then the reverse over here, you have the white countertops, and we just chose just a normal pure white quartz, and a nice sort of patchwork style backsplash. You know, it's easy to install these two. These are 24 by 12 inch tiles, but when laid right, it looks like it's almost a wallpaper. It's again fitting to this era. It looks really cool. You know, we chose oil rub bronze finishes throughout for all the hardware, the handles, door hinges. I mean, you name it. For these doors, I wanted to make sure that we kept in line with this period too. So we use nice wood French doors. We didn't do, you know, cheap sliders and things like that. So kept in line with that. Again, I had my awesome blinds guy come and do a custom solution for all the window treatments in both units with the roller shades. And yeah, walk with me. Let's check out the bedrooms. When it came to selecting doors and trim and casing and all that stuff, I again wanted to stay true to the period of the home. Wanted to do kind of a craftsman take on it. So we chose nice, just flat molding. We did a nice little detail here on the top and stacked them. I don't like doing 45 cuts. It looks like apartment grade stuff, and it's not really what you would see in a period home like this. So we stacked them, no 45s. We did a little detail. And we chose a nice one light panel door. Again, keeping in line with that same craftsman style looks. I like squares in homes like this. I don't like angles. And also we have the oil rub bronze hardware. This particular room we staged as an office. For this buyer, it's most likely going to be somebody who works part-time from home or remotely, maybe a wife who has a little side business of, you know, whatever, and needs an office. So we staged this one as an office. It was the obvious choice. We could have done all 3 bedrooms, but this works for this buyer, I think. So we staged it as an office. One thing you get in a lot of homes that are in this sort of age group is you get little funky spaces like these closets. So come here, check out this closet and see how we address this odd space that you have here. First, you have a window in the closet, which is a little odd in itself, but still kind of cool. So we built in a little sort of shelving unit here for books or what have you, since I had in the beginning plans to stage this as an office. And if you look around the corner, we did a double hanging shelving here to really take advantage of the space. It's a little too tight to have anything on the side. You'd have to climb in and be like awkward sideways. So straight on, boom, boom. We could have done more racks here. These are adjustable, so if you wanted to at a later time put in a shelving, not a shelving, but a rod type structure, you could easily do so. But I think we used the space wisely. Okay, so this is the hall bathroom. I thought it was important that we do a double vanity because it does service 2 bedrooms. And so we did in here, we did the same combination of white quartz, gray shaker cabinets, oil rub bronze trim throughout, you know, towel bars. We used it for the Schluter trim. We did a full length glass mirror to sort of sit over the entire space of the vanity. And this sort of antique glass looking vanity lights. For the shower surround, we did a nice classic white subway tile with white grout, super classic. I used a nice deep dish tub. In here, I like to use these for a couple different reasons. This is a Euro splash panel. It's modern. It allows you to get in here and adjust the knobs and get the temperature right without committing and jumping in. It also covers the spray, any overspray, and it's cheaper too. This solution is about $500 opposed to $1,200 to $1,500 for the entire thing to be enclosed. And then it's just 2 hinges right here. But it came out great, nice for taking a bath. If you have kids, nice to bathe your kids in it. It's a nice deep dish tub, but it's a tub shower combo. The toilet is out of sight, always a good design idea to keep your toilets out of sight when you first walk in. We had the space to the side of the tub that we took advantage of and did a linen tower built in right here to really take advantage of your storage needs and such in a house this size. For the flooring, we did a nice hexagon sort of patchwork style tile as well. That's in line with the same color scheme that we have going on here. And I think it's a nice, bringing it into the modern day and age, but still classic enough to where it's not modern and, and sort of it goes against the grain, which I didn't want to do here. All right, here we're in the second bedroom. Everything pretty standard in here. We did do a custom solution in the closets like the other one. Very functional. We did mirrored closet doors, white melamine closet inserts. Not, this kind of stuff won't break the bank, but it also shows a lot better than just your shelf and pole. The cheap shelf and pole, this is like, very functional, and people are gonna really appreciate those details. All right, we are here at the master suite now, so let's go in and check it out. We formed this beautiful walk-in closet. Again, really taking advantage of the space. It's a little narrow, so we didn't want to, do 2 sides the full length because here you only have about a 10-inch wing right here, so we stepped it back. Here you could put a nice big mirror if they wanted, but again, the space is really thoughtful and nicely done. And also we snuck in our little smart home system here in the back. So all of our Sonos receivers and all that stuff is inside of the wall here. All of the cabling is all run here as well, so it's out of the way. You can even do a UPS drive and security system all inside of here, so that way they'll never be able to find it once you have clothes hung up. And yeah, the bedroom itself is not super spacious, but you have all of the right elements needed for this buyer. And you do have a nice entrance off and exit to the backyard. A nice little patio right here that you can kind of enclose if you wanted to. So you can go out there and grab your tea in the morning or what have you. And so that's 3 patios to this house. You have the front patio, the side one off of the kitchen, and then this one off of the back that goes to the entire backyard. The master bath itself, again, double vanity. Same configurations. I didn't want to mix everything up in this house. The gray shaker, the white countertops. This one we use more of a concrete colored flooring, 12 by 24 inch. The surround, we changed it up a little bit. The grout color of this white subway tile is a darker color. I think it's like a DeLorean gray. And so that makes them pop a little more. Again, the same trim, the oil rub bronze trim. The shower, we have a three-way diverter. We have the rain shower head in the middle, the regular shower head, and then the hand wand, the sprayer, and then the diverter and the whole shebang with a tile-in drain. Really beautiful. And you know, this is everything they want in a master bath. It's nice and spacious, and you have this. You don't have a tub, but it's a trade-off. You get a really badass shower itself. So I think people are gonna appreciate that. If they really wanna take a bath, that deep dish one in the hallway will suffice. Okay, I'm gonna quickly show you the upstairs unit. This entry is beautiful, by the way. We have the Ring doorbell. We have cameras throughout. We have all kinds of really cool features, a smart home feature. If somebody gets locked out, you can let them in with this remote locks. And also change the codes for, if you have a rental unit, you can change the codes for the next tenant, or have a code ready for the maid. And when people log in and enter the code, you can check when they entered at what time and stuff. So really cool features that are available now, smart home features. Now the floor plan of this unit is exactly the same as the other unit, aside from this sort of vestibule area where you sort of will greet your guests, enter, and the stairs up. Again, tons of beautiful original wood features and woodwork that I wanted to keep. So we just did a paint stain on this stuff, so you see a little bit of the grain showing through. The floors kind of match that. It's a little dirty right now, and also this upper unit, they're working on some electrical issues, so the electricity is not on up here, but you'll get the point and check it out all the same. So let's go upstairs and check it out. Another cool feature of this upstairs unit is you have this beautiful little balcony. It's kind of like a little California room, enclosed balcony with original wood features throughout. You have this original wood, these windows, sort of half moon shaped. I love this space, and if it was up to me, I'd probably stage this upper unit, but they wanted the lower unit staged, this client did. But this is just like so charming up here. And I just love that we were able to keep it and do it right. I didn't want to replace the windows up here. I wanted to keep this all original, this sort of little pocket. So this is the upstairs unit itself. Again, same floor plan as the lower one. The fireplace was not here. This one had been removed many years ago. What we did do though is I had this laying around actually in my garage, this mantle, and so I brought it in here to install so it sort of matched that same sort of fictive one downstairs, or at least in line with it. This is finished really beautiful. We put some subway tiles in the back and a slab of quartz on the as the hearth, and it came out beautiful. It looks really classy. I think people are going to appreciate it. It defines the space as the living space, and it's charming. All right, guys, I'm not going to go into too much detail in the design of this unit because it's identical to the one downstairs, but I am going to leave you with these parting words. Please, if you are a designer and you're watching this, keep the history as much as you can for these homes. Everything is just being stripped away out of these beautiful old homes, and it's kind of our responsibility as designers and sort of curators of the next generation to keep some of this intact. And whenever you can, trust me, people appreciate it. It's beautiful, it's charming, and you know, they turn out like this. This is a gorgeous unit. And remember, guys, keep watching my content, share my videos with friends that you think would like it, and remember, design, invest, and repeat.